Hey you! You're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo Podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now! Here's the clip. So let's start off from the beginning. Alright? Not even that far back ago. Not even that long ago. I'm gonna go this way. I don't want to get too close to this logo. Okay? It fucks me up when I make clips. We were supposed to see Paul Craig fight Rodolfo Bellato last month on the Burns versus Morales card. Remember? I talked about it. Your grandmother talked about it. Henry Cejudo talked about it. Johnny Walker talked about it. But if you remember, Bellato backed out 45 minutes before his walkout. And why? Oh, yeah. Oh, did you forget? It was because he had herpes. They discovered he had herpes 45 minutes before he was supposed to walk out to the UFC octagon. Somehow, nobody noticed up until the absolute last second. They were like, oh, you got herpes. You're going to give Paul Craig herpes, so you can't fight. Super disappointing because that was one of the only fights on that card that was worth watching. Other than Morales and Burns. So I sat there the whole night waiting for Paul Craig and Bellato, only to be disappointed. But that's okay. At the time, nope. Don't want to say that. At the time, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if the fight was completely off and was never going to happen again. We didn't know if Paul maybe would have got a different opponent. That has happened before, but it was just a fight night, so why would they stick anyone in there? So at least we finally got the fight on the Atlanta card. At least they were like, okay, let's just reschedule these two motherfuckers. Put them on the Atlanta card. And you know what? That made an already solid fight night card even better. All right? But this time, even though the fight was rescheduled, things took an even stranger turn than herpes itself. You thought herpes was weird enough. It gets even weirder. All right? They get out to the octagon. The fight lasted right up until the final second of round one. Literally the final second. Paul Craig was dominating the whole time. And then right before the horn, he landed an upkick that appeared to knock Bellato out cold. At first glance, it appeared to knock him out cold. Or so it seemed. But before we get to that part, before we break down that part, let's just first talk about the rules of the UFC. At least the specifics of upkicks. Upkicks are legal, but only if your opponent isn't grounded. The unified rules say grounded opponent is anyone with a body part touching the canvas other than the soles of their feet. That includes a knee, elbow, or even a palm. So when we watch the replay, Bellato did have a knee on the ground when Craig landed that upkick. Why don't we take a look together?
And in the space so that it keeps it here.
Chunk.
Oh, up kick.
Okay? Don't worry, we'll watch it again. Don't worry. I know you're saying to yourself, I want to take a closer look. We'll get there. Okay? We'll get there. So it makes sense, all right? Technically speaking, that would be illegal. But if we take another look at the footage from a different angle, let's see what we got going on here. Well, she's muted. Let's mute this. Just look at Bellato. What's going on there? Huh? What's going on, Bellato? What are you doing, Bellato? What is that? Huh? It's a little strange, isn't it? It looks like Bellato threw his arms up. Didn't it? It looked like he went like this as he was going down to protest the upkick. As if he said to the ref, that was illegal. But as he's falling, he's like, oh, I guess I should pretend to be knocked out. So did Bellato fake the knockout? It seems like a lot of people think so. During the fight, as it was happening, MMA Guru had this to say. Rodolfo Bellato just faked that shit, so obviously it's insane. Paul Craig upkick there. All right? Even Anthony Smith, who was on the commentary fucking crew, or the analyst crew, whatever you want to call it that night, had this to say. Let me just zoom in here. You see, his eye comes to the referee to protest and then realizes maybe I can get a free win. Lays there, pretends he's unconscious, jolts back awake, allegedly. The referee comes over. That is a man that is awake. Pretends to grapple the referee as if he's unconscious, trying to get a cheap win. I've been doing this a long time, and I know what it looks like when somebody is faking it. So even Anthony Smith thinks so. Anthony Smith thinks so. So yeah, it's looking like Rodolfo might have not sold that one. I don't think so. But here's the thing. I watched it live. All right? And I didn't notice anything weird at all when I first watched it because I wasn't quite 100% paying attention. I had some folks over and we were having a conversation. So I'll be honest, for me, not fully paying attention, it looked like a clean knockout to me. I didn't even consider it could have been faked until I saw the slow-mo clips making the rounds on the internet. I started seeing everyone saying fake, it's fake, it's fake. And I'm like, wait, what? I didn't even notice. But now that I've seen it and I've seen everyone talk about it, I get the argument. You can definitely see why people are calling it questionable. And even after the fight was over, it was reported that Bellato went to the hospital and insisted on staying overnight, even though the doctor said he was perfectly fine to be discharged, according to the UFC medical staff. Now, that's not really proof that he did fake it, but it definitely doesn't help his case. If anything, it makes the whole thing look even more suspicious. But Bellato, on the other hand, he's standing by his side of the story. He posted this on the Instagrams. It's in a different language. I will translate this. Let me just scrolls up here. God knows about all things. To everyone cheering for me, I'm in good health and we'll be back soon. Thank you so much. Whoopsies. And I saw some things on the internet saying I was an actor there and stuff. The moment I was on the ground, I didn't expect to get kicked in the face illegally. It was a strong kick. When I looked at the judge to complain, my whole body began to tingle and my vision disappeared. After that, I don't remember anything. Anyone who's known me the longest knows I would never do this. I've never run from war. I hit 2x in less than 30 days. 2 trips in a row. Why would I fake something after all I've been through and on top of that winning the first round? You weren't winning the first round. I thank all the real ones for the positive messages. God is in charge. Is he? Because I think you faked it. I think you faked it, dude. I don't think God has anything to do about this. I think you faked it. You know what I mean? But are we going to really know for sure? I don't know. Is it possible that he could have got kicked in the face, protested, and then went tingly and got knocked out like he said? Is that possible? I think that could potentially be possible. But by the looks of it, he looked like he faked it. So what do you think? Did Bellato fake it? Or was it just a weird, awkward reaction to an illegal upkick? I don't know, dude. You tell me. I'm not a doctor. I hate to say it, but I'm not a doctor, and I know you think I am, but I'm not a doctor.
Tap here to watch the full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast.